It's the moment when everything is on the line and precision, power, and control make all the difference. A moment over 20 years in the making, anchored on loyalty, trust, and support that goes beyond all expectations. A relentless pursuit of perfection. All born from a revolutionary idea to help you rule the water. Power Pole.
Big seas, rough conditions, smooth move suspension's the only way to go. And they're absolutely the perfect tool for the job on big water.
I've been running smooth moves for years and I wouldn't run a boat without it. They're easy to install and operate, and they will definitely save your back in rough water and big wind conditions.
I've had both knee and shoulder replacements, and smooth move suspensions really help to take that bone-jarring impact out of those big waves.
Your early morning mentality is your every hour mentality. All gas, no brakes. Focus, purpose, power. Destined for the water, but confident everywhere else. A calming buzz before the storm, the truth of nature itself. You can't catch lightning in a bottle. There's a limit out there, but it's not with your gear. Unrelenting power delivery. Unparalleled weight savings. Keeping you on the water, whether you run a 9.9 or outscoping your best 5. In this rare air, there's power in the silence. It's a mindset, thinking only of the things that matter and freeing your mind from the things that you trust.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Twisted Cat Outdoors podcast, where we give you information on tournaments, events, everything in the catfishing world, bringing you value, tips and tricks, things that you can do out there on the water. Let's get this show started.
I look at this for the Twisted Cat Outdoors 3-fish record.
Hey, Monday night, we're live again. We got two special guests, the Sapp duo, father Danny Sapp and son Tyler Sapp. We're going to go over some of the past things. We're going to go over Burlington, Iowa specifically tonight. So everything Burlington. I was up in Burlington, Iowa this morning to meet with them and kind of go over things. They've already set the stage up for the Heritage Days. So there'll be bands from Wednesday to Sunday. We're going to weigh in right there by the stage, next to the stage. Friday night, we'll have our non-mandatory captains meeting down there. Also, they'll have food vendors. That's all going to be down by the visitor center right next to the boat ramp. So we'll kind of go over all that stuff about Burlington. Water looks good. There was actually a few boats out there pre-fishing today. Surprised Tyler wasn't one of them, actually. But yeah, I think we'll see some good fish caught. Hopefully some big flatheads. It'll be a pool 19 and up. You cannot lock down. So everybody will put in right there in Burlington. We'll start at 5 a.m., put the first boat in. We'll park everybody underneath the bridge because there's a lot of things going on this weekend. And then once you're parked at 5, you're good to go. You can leave. And then you can lock up if you want, but you cannot lock down. So it'll be a 5 fish limit. And like I said, it'll be a fun event. So I'll post some of the host hotels, and any other questions you have, please let me know. But yeah, so hopefully we see everybody this weekend in Burlington, Iowa. And without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in the Sapp, Team Sapp. Here we go.
How you doing?
Good. How we doing, guys?
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Good. Alex, you're on the next level on the ads. Thanks, Randy. What's up, Richard, Tom? Nothing on YouTube. I don't know what's going on. I think my Facebook was down too. So what's up with you guys? What do you guys have going on?
Not a whole lot. Trying to get ready for Burlington. It'll be
a good week.
Well, it'll be the first tournament I fished in 2 years. The last one I fished in was 2 years ago in your tournament. That was the last time. But fight the big C ain't been fun. But I'm getting through it. Managing.
And you have an event coming up also in a few weeks, right?
Yes, sir. I do. I most certainly do. It's a cancer awareness tournament. It'll be coming out of the Pekin Boat Club, which we hold our events every year. October 12th. We have food vendors. We have a live band coming in. Fishing hours are about the same. Check in at 5 a.m. Weigh-ins at 3. But looking forward to a good time. It's because of the cause. It's all for the cause. That's all I can say. It is. You hear people having this disease, and you don't really put it to knowledge until you go through it. You really don't. I've been very, very fortunate to go to the Children's Hospital and see those poor little kids in there. And I'm 59 years old, so I'm not fighting anything like they fight. You got 4, 5, 6-year-old kids in there, and I've seen them. But it's so important that people realize what disease does to people. And I know many of you have loved ones, have family members, have friends, and you guys have been through it, and so have I. But to go through it myself for the last 2 years, it's been tough. It's a tough road.
Yeah, and usually you don't talk about a lot of what you're going through, but I know it. Just knowing you that as long as I have, and I I know it's been tough. And like I said, it's awesome to see you on here with us tonight. And like I said, I will be in Savannah, Tennessee that weekend. Liz will be in actually Jeff City for the Missouri River Classic. We'll be spread out, but we would definitely love to be there. I think we're going to do a tournament entry, raffle that off also at your deal for that night, or.
Nice. That'd be great. Yeah, and we appreciate that very, very much, Alex.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. It ought to be a decent tournament. You know what I'm saying? I like the Pekin Boat Club. They're the sponsor. They're doing this for me, and they have been nothing but bent over backwards for me and you. We had such a good outing last year. We went from 36 boats one year to 55 boats last year.
Yeah, no, I think that was awesome.
And look where the boats come from. 8 different states. Yeah. 8 different states. It was remarkable. The mayor, everybody there said they couldn't believe how many boats were there. They really couldn't. But
yeah, it's awesome. And that's I was in Burlington talking to them this morning, and that's kind of what I said is we're to the point now is trying to really dial in those 10 to 12 cities where, it's more than just a catfish tournament. Like, this weekend in Burlington, they got their Heritage Days right there along side by side, the New Madrid Fall Festival, the Alton Expo with the Alton Classic, all that stuff. Down in Savannah, Tennessee, we're really trying to build something there. So, and what we're doing there is incredible with the boat club. So I think we're good for next year, right? May 20.
Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. So actually it's the 24th. So May 24th, 2025.
Yes.
May 24th, 2025. That'll be here before you know it.
I know. Yeah, I know it will be. No. Excuse me.
And the fish is good this year too. I mean, what was the big fish? 17 pounds or something? 14?
Yes, I thought it was 16 or 17. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was a giant channel cat that I think Joe Yvonne caught.
Yeah,
it was a dandy. I think it was the only fish he caught, but it was the big fish, I think.
Well,
or maybe there was a bigger flathead, but it was a giant channel.
Then we ran to Calcutta, and he got in for $5. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Calcuttas have been pretty good this year too. On some of the people sneaking in cheap and getting a good team. So
no, I think it's a great thing. We'll be running the Calcutta again next year. Yeah, we'll do the same thing next year. But we had, when you have that many people and that people come out of state to fish, it means a lot. It really does. And it means a lot for Twisted Cat. Because these people see what you do for a tournament trail, and they admire it. They really do. You and your wife work your butt off. Trust me, I know. I've watched it. Your dad, mom. Your dad, mom, great people. I love Tom. But just looking forward to getting back out of the water. I think the first thing I'm going to do, Alex, was when I put in at Burlington that morning, I'm going to touch the water just to say I did.
There you go.
This guy here, he'll be all over the place.
Yeah, I figured I'd see him today when I went to town, messing around out there. He's holding back a little bit, looks like.
He's holding back.
So what do you guys I was actually talking to Mike Bainey and actually Seth Mackler a little bit, and it seems like the fishing in Pool 19 has been better and better each year. Like the last time I was in Fort Madison, I think we had 4 or 5 boats over 50 pounds, which is, I don't know that really ever happened before. And then, I did a lot of springtime fishing and caught exceptional fish. Nate Blint was in a bar tournament, and big fish that he had was 14 pounds. What do you see this weekend? If we have a pretty decent turnout, what do you think top 5 will be? What do you think you'll have to have?
I'll let him answer this one.
It's gonna be hard to say. I feel like the flathead's fishing's still good. So, but if it was just an off-channel cat tournament, you're gonna see another 4 boats over 50 pounds. I bet, easy. It ain't gonna be one.
But the flathead, I wonder what the water temp is. I was down at Mississippi River Monsters, and it was 76 down there. But we still got some hot weather throughout the week. I know in the evening it's getting a little bit cooler, but I still think it's pretty warm water. So I don't know. I think the flatheads will start to kind of turn on. I know I caught a flathead this weekend down in Memphis. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens, this weekend.
Kind of curious to see what that water temp is and how bad, and to see what the water levels are. That's a big thing too. That determines where you're going to run, Alex. You know that. But no.
Yeah, John said 72.3 last weekend.
Oh, really? Huh.
And something different that people are doing that I've noticed, just in the last 3 to 4 years, really, you have people doing a lot of different things, from anchor fishing, bumping, drifting, and now dragging. And people are dragging for channel cats and doing really well. So I think that's something that's kind of changing the game.
Yeah.
So if you're in those deep channel ledges and they're dragging, I think you'll see some big fish get caught there too. So it'll be interesting to see, what happens.
I think it'll be a good turnout. I really do. I think Burlington will be a good turnout.
Yeah, I hope so. What days what time are you coming over, Tyler? You got a game plan where you're going and everything?
Do what?
You got a fishing game plan? Have you been kind of thinking about?
Yeah, we just got to get fresh bait, man. That's what we're going to go with, and we're going to go check a few things out on Thursday and Friday, one end of the pool and the other end of the pool. We'll have our decision by Saturday morning. I mean,
It's a big pool.
Huge pool, but if you can break it down, there's a lot of stuff that I like to fish on each end. It's just a matter of what the fish are doing.
How do you break it down in 2 days? What are you looking for? I mean, you got the lower end of the pool is kind of a lot of shallow water, unlike the upper end?
It's gonna depend if I'm got my boat going backwards or forwards. How's that?
Mm-hmm. So Chadwick said 74.5 today.
Oh, no doubt.
Wow.
No doubt.
Oh,
Now,
That's a good temp.
yeah, it is. That is a good temp.
I don't know if you guys are talking, saying that, it's the afternoon for catching the flatheads, but ain't no different than first thing in the morning, you know what I mean? If you get on that right spot.
Yeah. You think people are going to want to lock up? You are?
My cabin's on the next.
Your cabin is okay. I don't know. That pool 19, man, has been just the fish I have seen this year has really shocked me. Really shocked me.
Oh, don't get me wrong, they're really nice fish, but just depends how many people you're going to have to break it down with.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I know there's people out there today. I think Scott Beadle was down here this weekend fishing. He said 72 on Sunday, but yeah, water temp going up and down a little bit. I think the weather is getting a little crazy. I think there's a storm that might come in on Sunday, so that could kind of change Saturday a little bit, but I think it'll be good fishing. It'll be fun. What type of bait are you after? What's your freshman bait? Is it moon eye this time of year? Is it shad? Is it skipjack?
Honestly, if it's somewhere in the low 70s, though, obviously I haven't been over there yet, but if I get over there and it's the low 70s, I'm going to be preferring shad and creek chubs. Of course, we are going to have a little chicken in the boat. Yeah, Mike ain't going to leave home without it now. So,
hey, I'm telling you, even during MRM this last weekend, me and Brandon both had chicken on for a little bit and both caught fish on it. The only reason I got back off the chicken is because we were fishing some deep, pretty heavy stuff, and we were getting a lot of bites. So when you're fishing 75 foot of water and you get bit, and that chicken comes off kind of easy, so then you got to reel back up, and you lose that time where we were just using some skipjack heads. They'd be pretty tough for a fish to rip off, but the chicken worked good. Like I said, we caught some fish on it.
No, and I tell you what, we were dragging gnarly stuff that when we fished. Your last one down there.
Perryville?
Yes, Perryville. They're bumping some gnarly stuff, but them new Dragon Master hooks, man, they're a game changer.
Yeah, will you think you'll be in some nasty stuff this weekend?
That's all I like to fish. The nastier, the
What
better.
What about the lily pad? Will that affect anything?
Won't affect me. I'm not scared to fish it.
You got to go.
A lot of the shallow, huh?
You got to go where the fish are, Alex. It doesn't matter. You I don't care if they're open water. I don't care if they're in the shit. You got to go where the fish are.
I remember 3 years ago when it was Fort Madison that year that winds were terrible. Remember when that boat sank and everybody was.
Oh, yeah, in March.
Them guys thought I was crazy. They were coming up to me after the tournament like, how were you way out there? I mean, you were ungodly out there. How did you get out there? And it's just my style of fishing,
Yeah.
I like to get away from things that everybody else likes to play with.
That's the key, Alex, is I don't want to be around a crowd. You know what I'm saying? I don't. And that's why I don't pre-fish. Now, will I go out and run the water on Friday? Because I'm pulling in Thursday night with Tyler. But I'll go out and run the water and I'll chart just to figure out exactly what I want to do. But there won't be a fishing pole in my boat at all, or no bait.
So do both of you do the same kind of pre-fishing? Like what I did for MRM this weekend is I scanned for a couple days, did really no fishing besides a few times on Thursday. Yeah. Found a spot that we marked some fish. So for the first time ever, I didn't use hooks and just tied bait on, and we got a couple good bites, and that was it, and left it alone. So in previous years, I've always used a hook. So if you see fish Thursday or Friday, will you try to throw something at them, tie them on, or just say, these are fish, I know they're going to be here, I'll come back Saturday? And
no, I will do that on Thursday. the day before is definitely not a fishing day for me.
So you just kind of see, you watch those fish, see if they're still there.
Yes, I do like to get out on the water, like say a day or two before, and that's when I will try to catch a fish or two just to see what it's going to take. Boat needs to be moving, stationary. I like to, if I can pull up first thing in the morning and start catching fish, that's what I really like. It's when you got to wait and still try to figure them out. And it's crunch time.
When you find them, let's say that you find some fish Thursday morning and you leave that spot and you come back Saturday. I mean, what if they're transitioning, from morning to afternoon and they're in different spots? I mean, are you kind of keeping an eye on if you're finding them in the morning compared to the afternoon? And are they moving? Will these fish move this time of year, you think?
Oh, yeah.
But if we mark them, say 2:00 in an afternoon and find them late or something noon, we are going to go back the next day at the beginning of tournament hours and see what you got to trust your depth finder.
Oh yeah,
they're there. You're going to see them. You're going to find them. Maybe not every fish. Yeah. Do we fish spots that don't mark nothing? Absolutely. I would be lying if I didn't say that. If it looks fishy, I'm going to fish it.
Yeah, and right. But here's the thing: just because they're there that day, you better have more than one place to go, because the next day you could go back and nothing.
So here's another question for you. So, talking to a lot of anglers and being an angler myself, how do you guys? So this weekend you're going to go out Thursday, Friday. Are you going to find like that one good spot, and that's going to be your spot that it's good enough that you're going to fish it all day, or are you going to fish this spot and you're going to kind of catch some fish? Maybe once it slows down, you're going to move. Like, how many spots will you fish and move to in one tournament?
Me and Sean, my partner, we've got a stretch that we fish real hard. We've always did good, by the way. I mean, we've cashed checks from you, so we ain't done too bad. But we've got a stretch of water that we hit hard. Yeah, we bump down all the way. We start at the top and bump all the way down.
What are you saying? If they aren't in your one spot, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you got to move. You got to move.
Do you have another spot?
Yes. We've got several spots to go. So that's another reason why I like going out and charting. I like going out there because you never know till the day of the tournament where they're going to be. You don't. Can you get an idea? Yeah, you get a good idea. You find a big hole? Yeah. You find a nice rock ledge? Yeah. But no, you've got to have multiple spots to fish. Got the hiccups. I'm sorry.
I've always been taught, by an older gentleman, that as soon as you pull that boat off the trailer, you turn that depth finder on and you go from the bank all the way out. You find out what the general location of most, and that's going to put you generally in the right area. You may have to tweak in, out a little bit, but it's going to show you what most fish are wanting to do and where they're wanting to be at, whether it be a thermal climb, whether, a cold front coming through because they're pushing down, whether it's getting in, they're going up shallow, up to feed, First thing in the morning coming off the shallows, going back out into the ledge. You follow me?
Yep. So do you think there'll be probably not very much current, or maybe the bottom of the pool will have some current, or you kind of think that matters and that plays into it a little bit?
Yeah, there hasn't been much current, to be honest with you. On the lower side, yeah, there's been, but always, like every time I've been there up by Burlington, there's been current.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a big pool. I usually been putting in at Montrose and fishing, the flats, just me and Rhett. But that's so much fun. But then I went out a few weeks ago and there was lily pads everywhere that I'd fish. I'm like, man, I'd like to try that sometime and throw into the lily pads and see, because they got to be in there too,
Right.
Well, the bluegill are in there because and you don't think that catfish eat bluegill too. And especially anything like that, you're just crazy if you don't. They're scavengers. They're going to eat about anything I'm not saying everything, but they're going to eat about anything that comes in their path that's worthy.
Yeah, another big thing this weekend is points is going to really get rattled with a lot of people getting their third and fourth tournaments in. That's going to really change some things.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
excited to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
Where are you sitting at right now?
So we were in 8th, I know, before or after Perryville, and I don't remember, somewhere like 12th to 15th, somewhere in there after you had your Missouri tournament. But it's just going to keep changing. I mean, you still got, what, 4 or 5 more tournaments, you know? There's still
Burlington and then New Madrid, Savannah, and Keystone. So 4 tournaments left, and a lot of change is going to happen, I think.
A lot. You know, people are making woodwork, you know? Ask him if he's got that chicken ready.
Mike, to get that chicken ready, I was using it this weekend at MRM and caught some fish with it. So Mike's a chicken guy now. Now is he putting like the Kool-Aid or whatever in it?
Man, I have just stayed out. You know what I mean?
Mike, are you putting Kool-Aid in it? Come on. I picture him doing all sorts of stuff to that chicken.
There's things we don't talk about that chicken.
There's some people that put garlic on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know people.
I didn't put anything on it.
Yeah. Well, you don't? You don't put
nothing? I just literally buy it from the store, go to Walmart, get chicken breast and
powder. Do you buy it right before? Because I prefer, we generally get it and then let it sit out overnight.
No, I put it in a cooler.
Put it in the cooler, huh?
There you go.
By the way, I seen your new cooler. How are you guys liking them electric cooler deals?
Love it. A couple guys have it now. So I'm not putting bait in it yet. But I guess one time I did. The one that I have, what's nice about it is it's a dual zone. So you just have this divider that slides in. When it slides in, it changes it to dual zone. So, what I was thinking, which it's tough because I do a lot of pleasure boating too. And it's, once you make it a bait cooler, it's going to stay a bait cooler.
Yeah.
And maybe this fall, I'll probably make it a bait cooler. But, if you go catch fresh shad today, you can pick the temperature you want because you can have it frozen, up to like -8 to whatever. And it Bluetooths to your phone. So all the drinks and food and stuff is nice. And like I said, the big thing, I was gone for 4 days, never bought ice. And that ice adds up. I mean, the amount of ice we bought just for our bait every single day, pulling over, letting it drain, the bottom kind of gets, that bait's not great, little mushy bait. So I'm going to play with that cooler definitely. But just the money you save on ice is a lot.
I bet it is. It is. Yeah.
Boats this weekend.
Huh?
How many boats this weekend?
I think we'll have 50. It's just so hard to tell. I think, what do we have? Like 12 signed up when I came up there and ended up having 55. And same thing in Muscatine. The pre-registration's down, but the registration numbers are up. So, and again, this is a fun tournament. It's a really good, you're going to catch a ton of fish. And I love those channel cats. They fight hard. They're fun, They
are fun.
JT Ray's on. JT fished MRM and I think he made it back to like 100 yards from the boat ramp and then ran out of gas. And then the current was so strong, he could barely get back into the harbor. So we'll have to kind of chat about that, see how he ended up getting back. But that's rough. And we always talk about everything going right, to make it, which this tournament's not a trailering tournament, but if you make a run, you run out of gas or, anything can happen. So do you guys prepare for that?
Yeah.
Let's say like some of these tournaments where we have to trailer, you just see so many things. People don't have a jack or a jack stand or any of that stuff. And that's when we left Helena this weekend to make it back to Memphis. On the GPS, it said we would be there by 4:56. So that's like a little bit over an hour drive. That is nerve wracking when you have 4 minutes to play with. So we were getting it to get back, and I think we maybe gained a few minutes. Somebody might have been speeding a little bit, but
Driving, we know.
JT said he had 45 minutes to go. He's 100 yards out.
Oh, that's devastating. That's devastating. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah. So yeah, no, like I said, JT's up in the points too, but you have a lot of people that haven't had their third. I mean, you erase one of your tournaments, you're gonna skyrocket up there too. So it'll be kind of interesting how that plays out. Let's see. Actually, I think I can just share it. Okay, does that show up? So yeah, John James. So 784, and then JT's got 779. Tyler, you got 749 and 15th. But if you go down, I mean, you take 703 as in 40th, 632 and 50th. A lot of changes can happen. I mean, I think last year, I think you could have even 500s and get in, but after this weekend, it's going to change a lot. You got like Dominic, Lance, and Tyson. They've only got 3 tournaments in with a first place, a 6th or 7th, and I mean they got some really good points. So one more tournament, they're going to shoot way up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only tournament they have left that they can fish is the last tournament. So you have these guys that are staying down here that are going to shoot up. That going to be interesting. What do you think competition-wise this year? Do you like how it's set up, and do you think there's good competition in the points? And
oh, it's top notch on competition. I mean, you haven't ever seen it like this, have you? Never.
No, never. I mean, like I said, I didn't want it to be like where anybody can get in, and anybody's invited. I want it to be, you got to be good to get invited. You got to, not just show up. You got to get some points.
Absolutely. And that's kind of like the word that everybody's been talking, like you just aren't going to get in this year for fishing 4 tournaments.
No.
You may have to fish 6 or 7 to get yourself, try to get qualified,
Yeah, I mean, even like, there's a lot of people that just, there's a lot of tournaments that are going to get replaced, and then down here, a lot of people have 3 tournaments. Yeah. Like the Yvonnes, I mean, they've got 3 tournaments in. They got a 196, 191, and 169. They come in with a big, if they fish this weekend and come in with a decent finish, they're going to go way up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be in the 730s pretty easy, just with a good weigh-in. So, I don't know. I think it's going to take 725, 730, maybe more to get in. It's kind of my thoughts, which is incredible.
I tell you what, I don't feel safe.
You can't.
Yeah. But you never know. Everything can change,
Yeah.
It's going to be a shootout, Mike says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not if you bring that chicken, Mike.
Hey, well, I got you on here. Back to my cancer benefit tournament. Last year was the first one. This year's cancer awareness tournament, and I just got to give a special thanks to Sean Kelly, my partner. He has organized this. He has bent over backwards. I mean, bent over backwards. My girls at work that help run it, you know them.
Oh yeah.
It's just the amount of help and supportiveness is unbelievable. It really, really is. And you feel blessed to have them as your friends. You know what I'm saying? But for them to do what he did, and Sean Kelly he doesn't have a bad bone in his back at all. But he has literally, and this is going to be an annual event, cancer awareness tournament. We're going to do it every year and keep it running. And no, I want to give a shout out to him because he's not only my good friend, he's my partner, but no, he has worked so hard, so hard. You know, and he works 2 jobs. Yeah, he works 2 jobs. He goes in at 8 o'clock at night, works till 7 o'clock in the morning, then goes to the farm and works from 8 o'clock until 4 o'clock at the farm. So the guy's a workaholic, but he's also good at getting bait. He can throw that cast net with the best of them, but trust me, I mean, he is good. But no, I just want to give a shout out to him. He deserves it. Okay. He deserves it. He's, like I said, he's something else.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people up in that. I mean, like I said, you got a lot of things going on, and you know, having the right people helping is a big key. I mean, I wouldn't be where I'm at without a lot of people behind me helping. A lot of them behind the scenes that don't ever, you know, that you don't know that are helping too.
You're right. There is, and I can go on and on and on. You know, Pete Moreland, all those guys, Calls, you know, all my friends. They're all my friends. I don't have any enemies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't want enemies. I go to fish a tournament. It's no different than me going out fun fishing. I go to fish. If I win, that's fine. If I lose, that's fine too. But you know what? I'm going to have a good time doing it. That is the main thing. You know, people always talk about it's kind of funny there, Alex. Well, we're going to go win this one. We're going to go do this and do this. You know, we've heard it. We've heard it how many times, you know, and saying, yeah, we're going to kick your booty or whatever. I keep my mouth shut. You know, why? You know, I put in the mouth, because usually it's those people that come back and they don't weigh in nothing.
Exactly. The people that are on those big fish. I mean, we always talk about that, especially the last few weeks, you know, people that are on fish the weekend before, you know, certain times of year, the fish change so much that you can't, whatever you did Thursday is not going to happen Saturday. Even what you do Friday, those fish might move a little bit. Maybe they move out deeper. They move upriver a little bit. And
exactly right.
You know, you get to that spot that you thought, well, I caught a good bag, or you caught a bunch of fish in that hole or whatever, and it changes. And I think that's what's happened to a lot of people. But they're starting to change. And, you know, even Tyler, I think, has done a lot of pre-fishing. And I think he's learned that maybe not to catch so many, because I've seen a lot of good fish he's caught early.
Yeah.
You know, in the week or the weekend before. I think 7 days out is a time to go chart, not really fish, but at least go scan, look for stuff, whether it's structure, marking some fish, seeing what they're doing. But whatever you do the weekend before, I almost 100% of the time, the guys that do really good that 7 days earlier don't repeat that on the weekend of the tournament.
And that's why I don't leave early. You're like me. Me and you have the same habits, okay? I told Tyler, and Tyler was going out fishing 3 or 4 days. You know as well as I do, Alex. He was going out fishing 3 to 4 days before. And I told him. I said, Tyler, yes, that nice fish, it won't be there. It's not going to be there the day of the tournament. It's not. I would much rather go out and take my chances on the day of the tournament, knowing where I'm going to go, how many drops I'm going to do. All right. How many bumps I'm going to do down, and know my exact location to where I want to go and run with it. That's my motto. I'm not going to change either. I'm just old style. I'm old school. But there's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you know,
I used to do that too. I used to pre-fish and fish hard, and I think that burnt me a little bit. So,
well, it burnt me down in Tennessee twice. Me and Pete Moreland. It burned us twice. And after that second time, I said, no more. No, not doing it. Not doing it. No. And I have not. Swear to God, you can ask my son or anything. I do not pre-fish. I do not. Like I said, I'm getting in the boat on Friday morning. I'm going to run the water. I'm going to go where I mark my spot, and I'm going to mark them, chart them, and go from there. But I will not have a bit of bait in my boat. I will not have a film rod in my boat. And no, that's the way I am, you know. Old school, Alex. I'm just old school, I guess. I'm getting too old. I think I forgot how to fish, Alex. It's been 2 years. And
Whatever. I think you have, and I don't, you've seen it a lot more than I have because you've been in the game a long time, but you have a lot of, chiller bait tank. I remember that spot you learned your lesson on.
Yep. Yep. Oh, but no, I'm looking really, really forward to getting in the boat, though. Like I said, we just put the new pads on the back of the boat and everything. Got them all on it. They're all done. Boat's ready to go. Poor boat hasn't been run in 2 years, so and she did fire right up. But no, I'm just looking forward to going out and having fun. I just want to go have fun. Go catch and see some of the guys. I think that's what you miss the most is when you go to these hotel rooms, when you go out of state, when you go, and it's the same bunch of guys that you run with, and you sit there and mold manure all night long, and it's a camaraderie. You miss that. I do. I miss it terribly. Instead of getting a phone call, talking to them on the phone, in which they've been great, but I would much rather sit there at night, standing over the side of the boat, and there's 10 or 12 of us, and we have fun. I miss that. I'm looking so forward to
that. That Northern Illinois crew has fun. I promise you that, because I usually get a picture of my trailer about 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's just the idea of getting back on the water, Alex, is going to be great. It really, really is.
I like I said, I got to get on the other side of the tournament director things this past weekend at Memphis, and it's so much fun, getting to hang out and talk to people and see people you haven't met. And, I see my buddy Ram Reyes from Texas, and he was up with Coy, and you get to sit and have some Mexican dinner and just hang out and talk fishing, and you kind of hear what they're on, and you never know how, if they're really on fish or, they lost a big one or whatever. So it's fun to just hang out and just like Sean Cannon said, meet new friends. I mean, a lot of my friends now are in the fishing industry.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's because you're good with people, though, Alex. You got to be, what I'm saying? You treat people the way they treat you. That's the way it is. No different than fishing. Yeah, when we get on the water, it's a different story. But before the tournament and after the tournament, we're all friends. It's hard to explain, but no, and that's the way it should be, though. That's the way it should be. When you see the guys driving by you on the river during the tournament and they're all waving, that's great. Because I'm going to wave back. Yeah, I'm going to wave back. I'm
going to wave back, but I mean, I'm going for blood. I got the black paint under my eyes, and it's game time. I mean, this weekend that's the only thing I didn't have is the black paint under my eyes, but I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of $20 bets. I mean, that's, to me, those bets like that signed $20 bill that you have. I mean, if you win the tournament, great, but you always going to win, but just beating some of your friends that you meet, like that's so much fun.
Yeah.
Doug Rice, hopefully his wife's not on here, but I don't know, Tyler, are you down at the Alton Classic?
Yeah.
So did you hear Doug's joke?
No, Doug's joke.
So Doug said after the rules and all that stuff, Doug got on the mic and he thanked everybody for coming. He says, hey, I got a joke. Because Doug's a catfish comedian. You guys know that? He's always got jokes for us. But he said, what do you call somebody that doesn't catch catfish? And some people they said, well, Doug Rice and all this. And he said, no, a tournament director.
Oh.
And I was like, ouch. And I said, you fish in Memphis? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay, we'll do $500.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So I had a lot of pressure, and I got my $500.
Wow.
So,
that's good for you. Good for you. And I get along with Doug fine.
Doug's been doing it a long time too, probably 20 plus years.
The water a long, long time. And Doug's a good guy. I like I said, to know these guys. The Walsh. Hey, that's another thing. I talked to the Walsh boys.
They coming?
I told them they need to get their butt to Burlington. All right.
They've done well in Burlington.
I know they have. And I talked to Tommy the other night for probably 20 minutes or so, and I said, you need to go to Burlington. We need to fish Burlington with us. Yeah. They're too great. Him and his brother Timmy they're like my brothers. You know what I'm saying? We fish we've been. How many states have we been to and fished? It's unbelievable. But no, I'd like to see him come down. You know, I invite everybody to come down. I think the more the merrier. You know, that's my motto. Yeah. The more the merrier. I don't want to go to a tournament that's only got 10 or 15 boats in it, buddy. That ain't a tournament to me. That's fun fishing. I want to go to a tournament. I want to go to a tournament where we got 50 plus boats, and you're competing against the best of the best. The people that are there are not there just because they got the extra money to go out and throw cheese bait out the river. You got the best of the best there. So if you come in, win or lose, you competed. You competed with some of the nicest, the best anglers there is around. That's what I love about this. I really, really do. I live for it. I live for it. And I can't say enough about the sport. It's getting bigger and bigger, Alex. You know what? The sport is. The trail.
You get a lot of younger, I say younger generation, which I don't know if I can consider myself younger generation anymore, but like, Sean Cannon and, so even some people in our area, in like the Burlington, Warsaw area, that they're young and they're getting in and they're getting hardcore and they're coming and beating some of these big anglers that have been doing it a long time. And like I said, they're getting passionate about it. And I think that they've understood, like, when you fish a tournament, you're going to find out what the fish are doing. So you might go fish this weekend and fish shallow water and get beat up and then realize that those fish were in deep channels or
on the ledge
or whatever.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. Yeah. We're gonna mark when we go down there. We mark the ledge. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you go by side, imaging, and you mark the ledges. I like to get right around that 10-foot area and mark both sides is what I like to do. That's what and I'm just telling you, that's what I do. And no secret. But I think this week, I don't think there's going to be a lot of current though, Alex. I don't think there's going to be a lot of current. I really, really don't. Not with this water levels. Maybe it'll surprise me. Who knows? Maybe it'll surprise me. But no, it's just, all you can do is go out there and give it everything you got. That's all you can do.
Yeah, no, I agree. Sean Cannon asks, is it flatheads too? Yeah, so it's blues, channels, and flatheads. You can't lock down. I have not seen it, but I keep hearing blue cats are in pool 19. 10 years of catfish tournaments in there, and I have yet to weigh one. What's your thoughts on it?
No. I have yet to catch one there. A blue. Yet to catch a blue. 2 years ago when me and Sean fished it, our biggest fish was 13-pound channel. And we had 62 boats in that weekend in Fort Madison. We fished hard. I mean, we fished hard. I was worn out when I got back to the boat ramp. And you sit there and we fish for the blues. We fish for blues, and we were getting channel cats still. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, you have some blues that get put back, in the Fishing for Freedom event.
Yeah.
But talking to some of these people, like some of the fish biologists, they say those fish go back. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Like I said, I don't think that I don't know. I hope I weigh a blue sometime. That'd be like hitting lottery, but I just don't think that you're going to see that because you can't go down and fish 20. And I don't think that they like that 19, that water up there is just different. There's not really any current. It's just different than they're used to.
Also, Here's my thing on the blues. I like fishing for blues when the water temperatures are down. You know, in that 62 to 65 area. That's when I like fishing blues. There's something about it. I don't know what it is. Same way down in Tennessee. When I fish Tennessee, Ohio River, in Jeffersonville, Indiana, I like to see that water temperature between that 62 and 65. Mm-hmm. And I remember fishing with Jerry Ishcomer, and you know Jerry.
Yep.
And Jerry, me and Jerry fished, and I get in there. The first thing I do, I turn on the depth finder, and and I look at my water temp. What's my water temp? That way it helps me target a little better. You know what I'm saying? Because if that water was, what do you say, 74, 75?
Yeah, I mean, anywhere from 72 to 72, 74 today, 71 in pool 13, 72 last weekend. So I think with the weather, it's going to probably be in that 74 range.
Yeah, right. Because it's supposed to be, I saw the heat index for Friday. I'll be leaving early, trust me, on Friday morning. I'm getting on the water and getting off the water first thing. Because I'm going to come in and relax the rest of the Friday before the day of the tournament, because it's going to be a hot mugger. They said a heat index 113 is what they said.
Yeah, but that's hot.
Yeah, that's real hot.
Yeah. Saturday's cloud cover though, 84. So Saturday could be good fishing.
Saturday
They're calling
could
Sunday.
I think Saturday will be good. I love the idea of having cloud cover, not having to put that bibony top on the thing on the boat at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's going to change. I mean, you're talking this week, 87, 88, 88, 89, 89 for the week, and then 84 Saturday with cloud cover right before Sunday, Monday, thunderstorms, 82, 83. So the weather to me is looking money for a good bite on Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, a really good bite on Saturday.
I like that. I like that too. What I want that. I want it to drop down a little bit. I think it's going to be a morning bite, Alex. First thing in the morning. It's going to be a morning bite.
Why do you think that? Is it just, I mean, with it being, I mean, the morning bite's always good. Is there anything, do you look at like barometric pressure? Do you think that affects it? Do you look at water levels, anything changing?
Water table, water levels, humidity, barometer. Yeah, you got to take those all into account. What I'm saying, you got to take all those into account. My biggest thing is water temp. I want to know what that water temp is. And it changes things. You have current or you don't have current. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you have current, it's a different story. When you don't have current, different story. So yeah,
100%.
that's why I do what I do, because I and my old partner Pete Moreland, God bless him, he's still my good friend and everything, and we did the same thing when we ran 3 years ago together. That's all we did. We charted fish. But no, I think the humidity is a big thing. I think the barometer is a big thing, because when the barometer drops, guess what? Fish close their mouth.
Yeah, it looks like, I'm looking at it right now, it looks like it's almost pretty, I mean, not much. It's going to be about the same all week. So that should be good.
Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah.
How big? Now, I've never put in at Burlington, or I've always put in at Fort Madison. How big of what's the boat ramps like over there? Have you checked out?
Yeah, it's got nice ramps. It's docks on both sides, and they got a really long dock along the wall. It's all, their riverfront's all redone. And like I said, they got their heritage days. They got bike. I mean, they got a ton of stuff going on this weekend. But we'll weigh in down by their stage between the visitors center and like their big expo center, which is all right by the riverfront, right down there. So it'll be, like I said, it'll be a good event.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good time. You know what's always nice though is when you've got food lined up, you got a band coming in, and you know, it's going to be a good time. It is. It's just your tournaments are always good because we have a good showing. We always have a good showing because you do it right. You advertise it right, and I can't say enough about that. I mean, seriously, you do. Have you talked to our old buddy Jeremy Cole?
Yeah, he just I try to get him up to come to one of these tournaments. Maybe next year we can get him to come to Pekin.
Yeah, I'd love to have Jeremy back up here. Yeah. No, I haven't talked to him in a while. Of course, I know you work with him, but you Sea Arc Boats has gotten huge, hasn't it? It's gotten big.
Yeah, it's growing. Like I said, they're the presenting sponsor of the Twisted Cat, and we just got a lot of good sponsors over the years, and it keeps growing and helping us, do the payout, the 100% payback on entry. We got Castaway Customs doing $500 big fish. I mean, the payout now, if you'd have told me 2 or 3 years ago that this would be the payout, I'd say no way.
Yeah.
Just a lot of people coming on board. And then, right now we have a $25,000 championship.
That is beautiful.
And that is a lot of money. And you're talking a 22 boat tournament max with, it's an invite only. So, free entry, no entry fee, $25,000.
But and let alone they take care of everything. Your motel stay. Am I right? Am I correct?
Not the motel stay yet. I'm working on that, a sponsor for that, but we'll get there.
I didn't know how that worked. Well, I'm hoping.
We started with 2 years ago. I think we started with $10,000.
Oh, really?
So,
yeah. Well, I think it was fun because I think Paletti down in Pekin, he walked out there with almost $9,400.
Yeah.
Calcutta. With the Calcutta, $9,400. Oh my goodness. That's
He's had a good year.
Yeah. No, he's a good fisherman. He is. He's a good fisherman. Yeah. No, and
you just got to watch him a little bit because I've had to DQ him twice because I don't know if he can count between 5 and 6, but sometimes he'll bring 6 fish in. I'm like, Gary, dude.
I heard that.
That was the Davenport tournament. We laugh about it all the time, but he had second place in Davenport.
Oh my goodness.
Second place and had a 6 fish in the boat.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, I'm guessing he was catching them so good he forgot how many he had in the boat.
Huh.
That's probably my number one thing I DQ people for.
Yeah. Well, I bet it is. But at the same time, you got to know what you got in your live well, bud. All right?
Yeah,
you got to
you do. You
got to count. See, I'm big on counting. I know exactly because I weed a lot. But mostly in this water temperature, when it's up there, rather than having to turn on the oxygenator, I count fish. And if as long as let's say the limit's 5, all right? I got 7 fish in the live well. I get to that 8th one and I'm weeding 1 or 2 of them. Yeah. It gives them more room. The other fish more room to more oxygen. But I took Sean Kelly will tell you, he goes, we count every fish. We do. We know exactly when we put a fish in there, what we got in there. And that's the way you got to do it. You bet it in your head and all of a sudden you get another one. Well, that's 7. That's 8, but yeah, we know what we got to do to weed. And but no, Gary's a good fisherman though. He was a big part of my benefit for last year. He helped cook all the food and stuff. Gary did. But no, just looking forward to Burlington. My crying out loud. I'm looking forward to going fishing. I just, like I said, the first thing I'm going to do is get in that boat and touch the water.
Yeah. And did you hear we're going to be going back to Fort Madison next May?
Yes, we're going to do that. And
we'll have 2 tournaments in May of 2025. One will be Sunday. It'll be our only Sunday tournament. Sunday, May 4th in Fort Madison of 2025. And then Saturday, May 24th, 2025 in Pekin. So we'll be Pool 19, Fort Madison in early May, and then jumping over to the Illinois River at the end of May. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be a good week. Yeah, that'll be a good month. That'll be a good month. Good month. Yeah. No, I agree.
And that's a really good month for channel cat.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is. But the peak tournament was down quite a bit because of the amount of flooding we had last year. You know what I'm saying? The fishing would have been good as I would have expected. It would have been anywhere from 50 to 60 pounds to win that on channel cat. And it didn't happen, but the water, we were in flood waters, if you remember right, all that week until the time you got there. It was up in the parking lot. Yeah. And it went down pretty quick. A couple days, it went down. Thank goodness.
Yeah, because we were concerned about it. Yeah.
Oh, I know we were. And you know, when that water's going down, them fish, it's weird. They either don't bite or don't want to do nothing. I don't know what it is. But yeah, when that water's going down, they know it. They know it.
That's what Sean Cannon said, big, easy culling set. So you know how many fish you got. And like I said, I use that Phil Brown's little culling system. That's what I had this week. I mean, you got to have that because you never know. Like you catch a few fish quick and then things get out of control. You forget which fish you put in. So, you know, at least kind of keeping track of a couple of your fish. And then, you know, some people I've seen write with chalk on their windshields, you know, write, big fish or red, red ball is 18.26 or whatever. And, you know, they had just have a little digital scale or they're using their boga grips or whatever to get a weight because ounces matter. I mean, in a big way.
We've all been there. Ounces do matter. It's not just about the pounds.
So this weekend, I got 9th place. My team got 9th place. We had 105.51.
That's nice.
8th place had 105.83.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, that's how close it's getting. I mean, it's just you got to be throwing the wrong fish back, especially that's a blue cat tournament. That's still crazy close weights, but in a channel cat tournament, I mean, you're talking the same thing. We've had big fish ties in Fort Madison.
Right.
So I think, like I said, every 100th of an ounce is going to count this weekend.
What was the big fish weight in that tournament you fished?
Big fish was 72 pounds, 72.11.
Nice. Who won that tournament?
Chad Bice, Dustin Jones had 149, and then 128 Jennifer and Dusty Thole, and then Delmar, Wagner, Justin, and Kevin 120, 112, 110, 107. Guess who got 4th?
Who?
Rob and Carl.
Oh, really?
So I was down in Helena, I guess Friday night, and went to Moon Lake. I don't know if you ever heard of Moon Lake down in Helena or in Mississippi across from Helena where they have Uncle Henry's little steakhouse.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm in the middle of nowhere, a cool place. And we walk in there and I seen, just when I walked by, there was somebody that had like a fishing hat on and it was Rob. I was like, wow, what crazy to see him in this place. So it was pretty cool to see him. And then, man, they've been on a roll too. I mean, like I said, there's so many good anglers out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just awesome.
Was Amanda there?
I didn't see her. I did see her. I think she was at Vicksburg when I was helping him see that.
Okay. Just her and him and Robbie. Oh, well, yeah. No, I miss those guys. I've been to so many motel rooms with those guys, and it's unreal. Them are two guys that, I mean, Carl has helped me out in so many ways. I mean, you just got it. He's the nicest guy in the world. He really, really is. And his girlfriend, Amanda, they've been to my house. They've been here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And we have a good time. But, it's just like I said, it's all about the camaraderie. And I'll be glad when I can get back out there and see those boys again.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun in Pekin. I mean, really every event has been fun, you know, whether there's a band or something going on, but you know, and kind of like what Sean Cannon said, you know, you get to meet a lot of people. It's non-mandatory because I know some people get off work and they got a couple-hour drive and they can't make it, you know, and you don't let them fish for that. But so many people are coming. Like I said, the one thing we do to kind of help get people there is we do a free entry giveaway, you know, on cornhole. So each angler gets 2 throws, and then if they make one, they move on to the next round. So somebody always wins a free entry to an upcoming tournament, which is a big deal.
Right.
And like I said, it's fun, and it's fun to hang out and, as they say, chew the fat with some.
There you go. Yeah. No. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. No, it's great. It's great. You know, and you know, and Tyler's been wanting to get me out there on the water for a while now, and finally I told him, I said, I might have a heart attack, but I'm going to Burlington. So I told him. So we got a cabin. We got a cabin up there. We're gonna stay in the cabin, enjoy ourselves, cook some good food on the grill, and have a good time. Have fun. That's what it's all about.
Look who just showed up.
Who?
Gary Paletti.
Paletti dad. Gary.
Gary, we were just talking about you. Remember, this weekend is a 5 fish limit, not 6. Gary's he's fun. You know, one tournament he fished in Alton last year, they got 8th place, I think. They were in the money, and they left. They didn't think they were in the money, and they were on their way home.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Only Gary, right?
Only Gary. God bless him. No, he's a good friend. He's you know, all these guys from up north, you know, and I'm with them all. Mike Cassie Call, you know, all those people.
Oh yeah.
Cassie can outfish a lot of guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Something else. No, she is. Cassie is something else. You know, the first thing I do in the morning when I meet him at the boat ramp, I find Cassie and I said, Cassie, where's my hug? She come up and give me a big hug first thing in the morning. And we you know, but yeah, no, it's you got too many.
Good. That's a good crew there. You know, they'll sometimes have extra bait, and I mean, there's been some people struggling, and they'll give them some bait, and like that goes a long ways. Paying it forward like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It makes you look good. It makes you look good, and that they're good people. I mean, that little boy being having a blanket on at 5 o'clock in the morning in April when it's 30-some degrees out, and the little boy was no more than 4 or 5 years old, and he went with them every time. But they're good parents. You know what I'm saying? That's part of parenting, being a good parent. But it's just it's good to know these people. Great to deal with them. I look forward to seeing them. Hopefully this weekend. And I can't stay much longer. I'm losing my voice, Alex.
Hey, I appreciate you being on.
No big deal. No big deal. I appreciate you having me. Don't forget, for everybody that's out there, Cancer Awareness Tournament, Pekin Boat Club.
October what? 12th?
October 12th. Pekin Boat Club. Registration's at 5 a.m. We launch boats. We launch boats immediately afterwards. We are going to do checks, and it's going to get fish till you get lines out of the water by 3. Lines out of the water by 3.
Yeah, if you have a flyer, when you get a flyer, we'll share it on Twisted Cat and make sure people know about it.
All right. I appreciate it. I appreciate your helping out and donating to something.
Yeah, like I said, raffle off an entry and
I will.
Yeah, somebody get an entry fee. So
up that I'll let you know who won and who got the entry, and I'll let you know that.
Maybe we'll send you a pork sandwich too, Alex.
Yes. Oh my! I should have. remember when I lost my dad, and then all my help left me, and they were getting a sandwich.
Yeah.
Right when the weigh-in started.
Well, Kathy's dad was cooking. Yeah,
Yeah,
Kathy's.
I'm
Yeah, he was.
yeah, where's my dad at? And he's over there eating a sandwich.
God bless Tom.
I mean, he's not on. They're not on the payroll, but
Yeah,
still.
But
I guess I can't. Sometimes you can't get good help. I'm just kidding. No great help.
I wouldn't tell your dad that.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I always say is the behind the scenes, like what you have, the people that help, Kathy and everybody, like those people don't get the, I mean, just like the things my dad does. And my mom does the points. I mean, I sit down with her and stuff, but she designed the Excel, the spreadsheet, and she puts it all in. I kind of go over it with her, but she's good at that stuff. And then my dad just, how he helped kind of rebuild that trailer from just a plain Jane trailer to putting insulation in it and new walls and like a little desk and office and all that stuff. You know what I mean? That's what's got Twisted Cat Outdoors to what it is in 2024. So, I mean, I remember, you remember what it was back in 10 years ago. I mean, it was my first tournament. I was in a Chevy Tahoe, and I had a weigh-in bucket and a bathroom scale and a notebook, and I paid out cash. I mean, that was my first tournament.
I'll be darned.
A lot has changed.
Well, aren't you the one that had the black Hummer too?
That was my brother's Hummer.
That was your brother's Hummer. Okay.
I think I had a truck broke down or something, so I had to borrow his Hummer, and yeah.
Well, that's what I'm driving down, is my black Hummer. And that's what I'm pulling my boat with down there.
Nice.
Yeah, well, no, it is nice, but I tell you what, though, them tires, I got 35s on the freaking thing, and they just roar down the road. I mean, roar. About drives you nuts unless you got the radio on.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, listen, I'm going to get off here.
Yeah. Thanks for being on, and I will see you here in a couple days.
Yeah, I'll see you in a couple days. We'll have a bite to eat.
All right, sounds good. See you, Danny.
All right, buddy.
All right, bye. Okay. So a few things on this weekend coming up. Nathan, Alex, what was your secret bait in the cooler this weekend? Honestly, it was skipjack and chicken. So I did use chicken, and we did catch some fish on chicken. But got away from the chicken just because we were getting a lot of bites. And, when they bite on chicken, they can pull the chicken off pretty easy. So went back to skipjack heads, but still had a great weekend. Caught about 30 fish and barely made it to the weigh-in line in time. So, but fun event. It was good seeing everybody, hanging out with everybody down there. Can't wait for next year. So usually I don't get to go on the other side very often, but Tyler, hot dogs and Kool-Aid. I don't know about that. So I was trying to I got a video from Brandon Schatt, and it's a really cool video, but I can't find it. But when I do, I will share it. And it's actually a catfish eating a hot dog underwater. So I'll share it next Monday. Again, if there's any special guests you'd like to see come on the show here in the next few weeks, we still got to have, I'm trying to get Brent Kerr with Hammerhead Sonar, talk about everything electronic-wise, trolling motor, all that stuff. I want to get him on the show here soon. Hopefully I can get Donald Moore on the show. Chris Stout's got to be on the show. So have some good people coming up. But if there's somebody you'd like to see, or we could pick their brain on catching fish or whatever that is, like I said, whether it's about batteries or boats or whatever, shoot me a message, put it in the comments. Like I said, we're always looking to get some special guests on the show and talk fishing. Nathan said, I've had the same with chicken bites, but they steal it. We caught about 30 fish also. Scott Linton was there for the show. Ouch. Nathan, didn't we have a bet too that a $20 sign bill if I beat you? I can't remember. Let me know on that. So this weekend, Burlington, Iowa, Friday night from 5 to 8. We'll be there at 5. You don't have to be there at 5, but if you want to stop in, there'll be food vendors right by us. The band starts at 6. We'll have cornhole set up and all that stuff. So come hang out with us. That's going to be down there on the riverfront. You won't miss it. Everything this weekend with your boat, you want to park underneath the bridge, and then you'll walk down to us. It's just like 2 blocks. And then we'll do everything you'll see Friday night is going to kind of show you how we're going to do Saturday morning and all that stuff. Scott says what time's captain meeting and where. So it's down at the visitor center. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. And then kind of show you on this map. All right. So everything will kind of be out of here. All right. Let's see if I can share screen. Make it big. Okay. So right here is going to be the boat ramp, north boat ramp. You got 2 nice ramps here. I don't know when this was taken, but there's docks on both sides. So you got plenty of spot to kind of park and go get your truck and stuff. And then here is the Port of Burlington Welcome Center. You've got 1 entryway here. This is how you'll come in. And right here, if you can see the mouse, is where there's already a stage set up and a semi-trailer. Everything is going to set up here. I'm going to be set up right next to that stage. So Friday night, everything will be here. Where you see these cars, this is going to be all closed off for food vendors and other vendors. So we'll have food, drinks, bands, and all that stuff going on. Bring your kids. And then again, so Saturday morning, once we check you, you'll come through here. You'll put your boats in here. We'll leave at 5. Everybody will park in here underneath the bridge in this big lot. So if you're going to come Friday night, make sure you park in this lot, and then you'll walk down to hang out with us. Parking will be kind of tough with everybody else. So hopefully that answered everybody's question. Again, 5 fish limit. Let's change this. All right, so 5 fish limit. Channels, blues, flatheads. Yet to see a blue cat in pool 19, but you never know. You can't lock down to 20. You can lock up. So once you leave at 5, fishing starts at 7, and you got to quit fishing at 3. Let's see. And then, yes, Bob, you can still register, and you got to be back in the weighing line by 4:30. So any other questions? I think that's it. So, again, next week we'll try to have hopefully Brent Kerr on. No specific lock times as of now, Scott. So I'll call the lock on Friday and try to see what they'll allow us to do. But again, locking through always is on your own risk. If something happens and the lock's closed and you can't get back, that's a bad deal. So just be careful with that as always. But I think that's all I have for tonight. Everybody, thank you for being on the Monday Night Live podcast, and hope to see you this weekend in Burlington, Iowa. Then we're going to have a week off the 28th of September. And then October 5th will be in New Madrid, Missouri. October 12th, Savannah, Tennessee. And October 19th, Keystone Lake, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then a week off. And then we're heading to Helena, Arkansas for the Twisted Cat Outdoors Championship. That's a no entry fee, $25,000. And the top 50 will be invited to that. So, all righty. Everybody have a good week. We'll see you this weekend, Burlington, Iowa. We're out.